You know, they say that first-time readers of Warhammer and anyone who's new to Warhammer in general shouldn't read the Horus Heresy. That's why I waited 2 books to start. Please ignore the quality of this video. The full concentrated power of the sun is currently beaming down on my window, and I think this just proves to me that I have to record at like 10 p.m. at night, or else I'm going to get washed out by my camera. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of where this channel is going to be headed for like the next 8 videos, because I review my books in order of which I've read them, and I've only been reading Horus Heresy for the past 8 books now. So that being said, I wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up instead of just like not addressing it. That after I finish Mechanicum, which is the one I'm on, I'm going to be moving away from the Heresy for just a little while. So that I can get some 40k reading in, because you guys have been giving me a lot of like really cool suggestions of novels I should read. Like the Caiaphas Cain series is the one that I keep getting told I gotta look into. So I do want to actually read those books, and there's no way that I'm going to just, pick them up anytime soon if I go through with my plans to read the Horus Heresy. Allow me to explain how deep into this I am. I own 15 Horus Heresy novels, 3 of which are in paper, the rest of which I'm not willing to sell my soul for. And so that's just where I'm sitting currently in terms of ownership. But on my on my reading list, I have 24 more novels from the Horus Heresy series that it's not that I want to have them, it's that I'm going to read them eventually. And that's not including the entirety of Siege of Terror, which I also plan on reading. I already own 2 books for that, and every single day I fight every bone in my body because I see like the first 5 in the different game stores and bookstores I go to, and it's just so tempting to buy them. Because of how many Horus Heresy novels I plan on reading, I think I'm going to make a separate playlist of just the Horus Heresy novels and just the 40k novels for people who don't want to hear about that. But for now, I'm just going to have my normal playlist that I have on my channel, and I'll put everything in there. And then eventually when I get more and more videos, I'm going to start sectioning them out. In the meantime, that leaves me with where we're going in the future. Like I said, I want to read Mechanicum. I haven't started Mechanicum because I could not be asked to read Mechanicum right now. This is ironically the quarter where I've had the least amount of things to read, but every single day my brain melts when I try to read them. So I cannot be asked to come home and read a Warhammer novel afterwards. However, the summer's almost here! Oh my god! And even though I'm taking summer school, I will be reading. I swear, I'll be reading while I'm doing that. Oh my god! So in the meantime, what do I have in the backlog that I can read after I finish up Mechanicum? Well, you could say I have a couple of things in the backlog. Now, I'm not going to read everything that's in this pile right away, and it's not because I'm going to be switching off between Horus Heresy and 40k, it's because some of these I'm waiting till after 40k to read. So, starting at the top, Fabius Biles series, I'm going to get the rest of these, but he's going to wait until Horus Heresy is done because he's, an actual character in it, so I cannot read character progression in that manner. It would drive me insane. Same with Cypher. Though, I don't know. This one I'm a bit more iffy on because I know this cannot be the same Cypher. There's no way. But in the off chance that it is, or there's a lot of connections between the Horus Heresy and, like, Era Dark Angel stories and this one, I'm going to just wait until I'm done to read it. It also won't take me that long to read, so, like, I could read it probably, honestly, probably within an hour. That is not very many pages. And then, of course, the entirety of the Dark Imperium series. This one just makes sense. I feel like it'd be a bit weird to me, at least, to read about Gilliman coming back, even though he hasn't even gotten got yet, so, yeah. So what does this leave me with? Well, I have Infinite and Divine, and one of you actually told me that I should read this, and I've been wanting to read it anyways, so when I saw it in Barnes & Noble, like, a week ago, my ass bought it, even though I haven't even fucking started the next book that I want to start, because I'm responsible like that. I also have, as I've discussed in Outgunned, Above and Beyond, which I feel like is a logical progression. Like, I should read this book next, and I do really want to. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling indecisive right now, which is why I'm just kind of showing off what I have. And then I have these, which are all the borrowed novels I have, which are all the borrowed novels that I presently have that I think I should read right now. And actually, one of them I'm not sure, because I think Trader's Rock is part of the Cadia series, if I'm correct. And I feel like I should hold off on reading that till after the Heresy is done, as well. So this one's a fat maybe, which brings us down to 3. Well, actually, it's 4 because I own Deathworlder, but my brother's reading it right now. So I mean, I could take it back and just like blast through it if I want to, but I don't want to do that to him. Even though he's a slow reader, which leaves me with Volp and Glory, Leviathan, and Blackstone Fortress. And honestly, any of these sound interesting to me. If I want to take a break from Space Marine stories, which I'm completely fine with, I get my fill from fucking Horus Heresy, trust me, then perhaps I toss Leviathan out the window for now. So I guess I have to decide between a Rogue Trader book and a Rogue Trader book, which, I mean, that's fine. Finally, Lords of Excess. I've had this one for, like, a little bit now. I'm not gonna lie. In the most cursed sentence I will ever say, I bought it because there was a pretty man on the cover. I feel like this is not something I should say about an Emperor's Children or a Slaneshi follower. If I remember correctly, this book is, like, significantly fucked too. What is wrong with me? But yeah, this is, like, my last option. And once again, if I want to take a break from, Space Marine books, then probably you shouldn't read this, even if it's Chaos Space Marine. But who knows, maybe someone watching this will be like, no, you don't understand! You don't understand! You have to read that one! But this is kind of on the chopping block as well because of the Horus Heresy, so I don't know. I'm very indecisive is what I'm saying, and I don't know what I want to read next. And it's entirely possible that I don't read any of these, and instead I just go buy more because I have no self-control. I really do want to get more books. It's just, some of these books cost me, like, my entire being to own, and so I don't get them because, honestly, it's so much easier for me to read physical copy than it is for me to read digital copy. Like, we're going to talk about it with these first 3 Horus Heresy novels. I blasted through them at an alarming rate, but I started to slow down once I got into digital territory, and that's because I can't read on digital. It's too distracting. That being the case, I will try anyways, because I don't really have much of a choice. Final thing I wanted to say really quick, I didn't say it while I initially recorded this. As you can see, I have beautiful eye bags right now, and that's because I'm in the final couple weeks of my quarter. So Horus Rising's video will be coming out soon. I'm trying to work on the script, I just haven't had the brain power to do it. And I want to be sure that I cover everything that I want to cover with that, especially because there's some really interesting stuff going on in the novel that I really enjoy. So I want to be able to talk about that when I'm more awake, and I have to think less about things like philosophy and literary theory and John Milton. So yeah, that's coming soon enough. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. If any of those looked really interesting to you and you're like, you already own it, you should read that right now, then I'm going to put that on the list. Pretty much what the plan is, I read Mechanicum, and then I'm going to read 2 or 3 of these novels, and then I will go back to reading Horus Heresy. Because once again, I'm trying to get through that anyways. 24 books I haven't even purchased, not even counting Siege of Terra, so I have work to do on that entire section. And mind you, I know that this is not the smart thing to do. I am well aware. I just want to do it. That's the problem. I want to be here. So yeah, thank you for your suggestions. I've been thinking a lot about them. I'm trying to find the books, some of these books, at like a cheaper cost if I can, and if I can't, then I suppose I will just have to deal with digital copies. Okay, goodbye.